Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Being the first ever Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos is under tremendous pressure to establish a long-term relationship. The impact from multiple recent failed romances has hurt the Bachelor franchise. Jerry Turner of The Golden Bachelor received backlash after divorcing Teresa a few months into their union. More recently, Jen Tran, star of The Bachelorette Season 21, and Devon Strader called it quits right after being engaged. Joan has the heavy burden of saving the spin-off after the craze around Jerry's divorce. Mother of 4 children, Joan, 61, is a Maryland-born school administrator. She has made a number of unconventional decisions on television that demonstrate how much she prioritizes her family's needs. Joan's capacity to set boundaries will probably help her quest for love be more successful. Joan briefly appeared on The Golden Bachelor Season 1 as a competitor for Jerry's love. Regretfully, during the 3rd week, Joan made the painful decision to go. Given her daughter's postpartum depression, Joan recognized the need for her support at home. Joan demonstrates her commitment to her family by prioritizing her daughter's needs over her own. Before passing away from cancer, Joan was married to her late husband for 32 years. This sorrow surely deepened Joan's relationship with her kids. Although Joan was devastated by her husband's passing, she mustered the strength to go on and try to bridge the gap in her family. Joan disclosed during an appearance on Live with Kelly and Mark that her kids harbored certain doubts regarding her involvement in The Golden Bachelorette. They didn't like that Joan kissed men on TV, even though she said it was inevitable. But Joan honored her kids' desires when they expressed fear about dream suites. Joan disclosed to hosts Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa that she wasn't involved in fantasy suites in the conventional sense. A physical relationship with more than one person was something Joan was against. Instead, she tweaked the practice, stating she did it my way. Joan employed fantasy suites to foster connection in a different way since she believed it was crucial to have chats with her suitors off camera. It is encouraging that Joan is willing to set boundaries since it will help her find love. Because the participants in past Bachelor romances were hesitant to be open about their desires, those relationships ended in tears. One of the main reasons Jerry and Teresa separated was because they couldn't agree on where to live, which was something they ought to have worked out before getting married. It's nice that Joan is so forthright about her priorities. It will help weed out mismatched candidates. The Golden Bachelorette's Joan appears at a pivotal point in the franchise's history. The program needs to be revived in a way that lets competitors customize the experience to best suit their own circumstances, following controversies and bad pairings. Because Joan is honest about her goal to prioritize her family, she will be able to locate a spouse who also values these things. On The Brilliant Lone Wolfess, Jerry Turner made an unannounced cameo to offer Joan advice, but viewers were too preoccupied with his newfound optimism to hear him out. What has been his recent behavior? Keep reading to see all of the details. Jerry Turner gives Joan Vassos advice. Joan Vassos recently started a trip that Jerry Turner has actively participated in. In a recent episode of The Brilliant Single Girl, he returned to the Lone Ranger Chateau to give advice to his former contender. Following a hurried call from her family regarding her little daughter, Joan Vassos parted ways with the brilliant single man. She left the show to take care of a family issue, but she went on to become the first brilliant Lone Rangeress. Many viewers asked themselves whether Jerry was the best person to provide helpful tips. Considering everything, his marriage to Teresa lasted for only 3 months. However, he presented Joan Vassos with an other viewpoint regarding the dating show. The former brilliant Lone Ranger star advised her to allow the story to unfold with every single individual. Date them like they're the main individual there. Jerry Turner's new image of a stunning single girl startles. Reactions to Jerry's appearance at the manor were mixed. Given the reaction on Twitter, some people were relieved to see the former student return. In any event, a lot of people weren't convinced he would return to the scene of his alleged crime. Even a theory existed that he would have liked to participate in Joan's season, But she rejected it before he could say anything more than that, acknowledging that she would find admiration with one of her present co-stars. It seemed that Jerry Turner was different from what viewers are used to. He was charming in the same way, yet his features seemed different. The lighting didn't help with the situation, and there was a lot more leather expertise than I had anticipated. A handful of viewers responded to Jerry Turner's astounding real-life appearance on Twitter. Take a look at a few of the tweets. Might we at any point get Jerry a sunscreen brand crusade? Was there a lot of effort Jerry put into the tanning bed? Hashtag the Bachelorette with age. Disappear Jerry. Nobody thinks often about your recommendation or phony gross tan. Hashtag Golden Bachelorette. Is there anyone else who was a little annoyed when they heard Jerry's voice? Not to be cruel, nevertheless he should be brought back. Do you really mean that when Jerry Turner showed up on the brilliant Lone Wolfess, you were taken aback? Have you noticed the change in his appearance? Make your voice known in the comments. Wonderful. On the ABC reality series, Jerry Turner, a single guy star, enlists the support of his family while on his quest to find love. In July 2023, Jerry was named the first brilliant single guy. He and his late wife Toni had 2 daughters, Jenny and Angie. When Jerry and Toni were married in 1972, they enjoyed 43 brilliant years together, brimming with affection, loaded with adoration, loaded with movement, he said in an August 2023 Beautiful Lone Wolf mystery. We had 2 little girls and I presently have 2 magnificent granddaughters. They bought their fantasy house in 2017 without much thought, as Jerry explained, and then Toni got sick and passed away unexpectedly. Regarding his stint as the first brilliant Lone Ranger lead, Jerry predicted that his partner would be very happy and very content with the program. I have a picture of her in my walk-in closet, so every time I go in there, I see her picture, he revealed on the digital recording of Single Guy Party Time in July 2023. It's the only one since I have in the house, and in the mornings I see her image and we talk. While he was on his meteoric rise to fame, Jerry claimed he had been posing this question to his late wife. So what are your thoughts on this? Is this the best choice I could make? And I genuinely feel positively about it. On the show, Jerry found affection with Teresa Nist, and the two became entangled in the season finale. They went on to sign the group in January 2024, but they announced their breakup 3 months later. Us revealed week after week that on the day they discovered their divide, Jerry filed for formal separation. Before her untimely death in 2017, Toni, the popular girl in high school, went from Iowa to Indiana in almost no time at all. He was reviewed in an August 2023 video posted by ABC. We went to the trauma center, and she had a bacterial disease that tainted her kidneys and swarmed her liver, he said. So on July 7th, I brought my better half to the trauma hospital, and on July 15th, she passed away. These days, I think, this is her dream, whenever I look at the lake outside my house. This is something she deserves. What makes me staying here by myself? During their lengthy marriage, Toni and Jerry invited 2 young girls, Jenny and Angie. My father is just an incredibly enjoyable person. In an episode of Brilliant Lone Ranger, Angie exclaimed, "He's so charming and adorable. He's so kind and he has such a great amount to give. He simply has the right to find that in another person." Jerry admitted to us during an exclusive meeting that his grandkids and young daughter were concerned that I would have been that person that was kissing everyone on the main evening. And I said, "No, I won't kiss anybody on the primary evening," he continued. "You are not going to see that. Maybe not even as we proceed. As you can see, I did not perform well on the first night at all, but I don't regret it at all." In July 2024, Jerry and his daughters were featured in a big-name family choral program with Teresa and her kids, which was recorded prior to their split. Following his and Teresa's brief marriage, Jerry faced backlash. His young daughter Angie protected him from it with online amusement. "What has been unsettling is the degree of fury and savagery that our family has been met with," Angie wrote. "My father and Teresa are wonderful, kind people who made this decision for themselves and no one else. I kindly want everyone to remember that there are real people with real feelings hiding behind every story. Peyton and Charlie are the names of Jerry's grandkids. In August 2023, Jerry told Assortment of his family, "They are truly energized and excited. My granddaughters have had visitors to my home since this all begun, and they pick their companions that really love the show."